The Springboks have just released their team to take on Scotland in round 2 of the Nations Championship, and there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of changes here, but before we do, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I think by now we could be on 3,000 subscribers. We're trying to aim for 10,000, so if you do enjoy the content, stick around. I'll be covering all the teams in the Nations Championship, match reactions, reacting to the lineups as well, match previews, also player ratings as well. So thank you so much for all the support, but let's get right into it. I mean, a really much changed team for the Springboks here, an exciting team as well. Some guys probably not I wouldn't say being rewarded for last week's performance. Some guys I think just have to play right now based on some of the injuries, some of the kind of depth crisis right now. But I'll go through the team first and we'll talk about it. Number 1, Bohan Venter. Number 2, Johan Grobler. Number 3, WHOLESALE. Very good to see him back. Number 4, Cobus Wisse. Number 5, Ruan Nortje. Number 6, Paul de Villiers. Good to see that after a really good debut last week against England. Number 7, Pieter-Steph du Toit. Good to see him back in his number 7 jersey. Number 8, one I'm really excited to see as well, Evan Roos. Number 9, Ambrose Papier getting a chance, which I really cannot wait for. He's been awesome. Number 10, Andre Pollard. Number 11, Kanan Moody. Number 12, Damian Willemse. So still a Damian at number 12, but I really am happy with that, but I'll talk a bit more about that after the whole team. Number 13, Jesse Creel. Number 14, Edward van der Merwe. Number 15, Apelele Fasi. Then looking at the bench, a very strong, but also a very young and inexperienced bench picked here. Jan-Hendrik Wessels at number 16, and Tatok Kumchuno at number 17, number 18, Zachary Porton, number 19, Ben Jason Dixon, number 20, Vincent Chichuka, number 21, Elrich Lowe, number 22, Grant Williams, and number 23, Kewan Horn. So a really interesting team selected there. You probably can tell that this probably was a team that was selected before last week's game. These guys all knew they were going to play. Maybe a few guys had an idea that they weren't with a few injuries and stuff, but a really strong team there. I mean, just looking at the front row, Bohan Venter, Johan Grobler, and WHOLESALE. Bohan Venter was really good last year when Oxenchair got injured, and I think he might just have to have a big impact now. Johan Grobler's had a really good season for the Bulls. He's a menace at the breakdown. He's very good with his turnover as well. He is starting to implement his game to play a similar style to Malcolm Marx, where he can be a threat over the ball. His line out and set piece is getting a lot better, and he's getting a lot better around the park as well. Number 3, WHOLESALE. Looked a bit unfit in the final against Leinster a few weeks ago, but I think he will right his wrongs here, and I think he is one of those guys that is looking to have a really big game here. One of the most important players for the Springboks, especially when he is playing at his best. When it is the full strength team, especially for the greatest rivalry series, I fully expect WHOLESALE to be either in the starting lineup or probably in his best position on the bench, kind of replacing Thomas du Toit at the 55 to 60 minute mark. They're looking at the locks. They're two big boys there, Bulls players, Cobus Wisse and Ruan Nortje. Well, of course, Ruan Nortje is not a Bulls player anymore, but still, for now, I'll still say they are. Cobus Wisse is a weird one because he's been good for the Bulls. I don't think he's been great for the Bulls this year, but when he puts on the Springbok jersey, he plays with a different intensity. You can just see he's just like his brother. He loves the physical part of rugby, and he's going to be there to try physically dominate the Scotland team. And I think, honestly, that Scotland forward pack against Argentina really fronted up well physically, and I think this is going to be a very tough task for this forward pack because this isn't our strongest forward pack for the Springboks, but it still is a good one to get guys experience and get guys some game time against a very good Scotland team. Then moving on to the loose forwards, I'm really excited about this. Paul de Villiers at number 6, Pieter-Steph du Toit at number 7, and Evan Roos at number 8. All three of those guys thoroughly deserve to be there. Paul de Villiers had a brilliant debut. He was all over the field. He had a lot of work to do when it came to carrying. He carried very well. I would like to see him do more, kind of trying to steal the ball a bit more. I know they did ping him a few times for being not supporting his body weight, being off his feet, where I thought for him he actually just gets so low that sometimes it looks like he's not supporting his body weight, even though he is. Pieter-Steph du Toit had a monster game against England at the lock position, so he can play that kind of hybrid role, that utility role of lock and loose forward. He can even play anywhere he wants to. He is an awesome player right now, and he really has picked up his game. His skill set, ball in hand, carries, he's just become an even better player recently, which is crazy to see because he is one of the most, if not the best or most important player in the world. Then number 8, Evan Roos, a big game for Evan Roos, being given an opportunity by Rassie here. It's about time. I mean, he's had a good season for the Stormers. I know there's a lot of people that love him, there's a lot of people that don't like him. I like him. I mean, he's not one of my favorites, but I think he has the potential to be a really good number 8 for the Springboks. He's a big boy as well. This guy's a huge human being. He's athletic, he's explosive, he's physical. I think, honestly, towards the end of season, he's kind of calmed down with his aggression, and he's putting his aggression in the right places, like a Jasper Wisse. And I've said this many times before. Imagine a guy like Evan Roos and Paul de Villiers learning in the system from guys like a Peter Steph Toy, Sia Khaleesi, a Jasper Visser, and like a Marco van Staden who's been there as well. Imagine learning from those guys for this kind of season right now. These guys are going to become much better players, and I think even this game, this experience will be a really good experience for Evan Roos, because it should be Matt Fagerson, Rory Dodge, and Jack Dempsey against Paul de Villiers, Peter Steph Toy, and Evan Roos. So that's going to be a really fun matchup in the loose forwards. They're looking at number 9 and number 10. I am happy they've gone with these two guys. Of course, I thought Marnie Lebok had a good game. He pulled the strings well. They probably are giving him a rest, and I think against Wales as well, there's going to be a lot of changes. It might be a completely different team as well. But Embrus Papid and Andre Pollard, they've been a very good combination together for the Bulls. Keep those guys together. I would say for Andre Pollard, it doesn't really matter who his scrum half is. He's played with all the number 9s in the Springboks kind of camp in the team and in the squad. But for Embrus Papid to play alongside a guy he knows well from the season, to get his first cap in the last few years for the Springboks, I think that just makes a lot of sense from a selection standpoint, from a cohesion standpoint. And I think that 8-9-10 combination of Evan Roos, Papid, and Andre Pollard is a really solid 8-9-10 combination. Me personally, I'm really excited to see how Embrus Papid gets on. He, in my opinion, him and Andre Esterhuizen were the two informed players this year for the Springboks. So I'm really excited for the URC teams that are now Springboks. So really am excited to see how these guys go here. Looking at the centers as well, Damian Willemse and Jesse Creel. I love that center combination, and I really do believe maybe after the 2027 World Cup, Damian Willemse could become the number 12 for the Springboks. We saw it in Wellington. He's got man of the match, one of the best performances I've ever seen from any player in my life in a single game. What a performance from Damian Willemse. He can do that again. He was awesome last week in the number 15 jersey against England. He's physical, he's got good footwork, he's a good playmaker, he's a good first receiver. This guy is built for international rugby, and I think honestly, to the latter end of his career, he will play 12 for the Springboks. So I am happy to see that. And of course, his center combination there with Jesse Creel. Jesse Creel, a very solid player for the Springboks. He's played a lot of caps now. I don't know how far away he is from 100. He probably is pretty close though, but he is one of those guys. He is so experienced. He knows exactly what to do on the field. He knows his role inside and out. And this guy, from where he was, where he used to be first choice, then he became second choice. Now he's first choice again. You have to commend a guy like him, because he has come a long way and he is playing some exceptional rugby recently. He's just getting better with age as well. Looking at the wings there, Kane Moody and Edward van der Merwe. We will be the Springboks, because I am a Springbok fan, will be really good under the high ball there. Those guys are very explosive, very athletic, and they can get up very high for the high balls. I think losing Cheslin Colby and Kurtley Orense for this game is a big loss. But if you see Kane Moody and Edward van der Merwe as the other two options, that's not bad at all. That's actually very good in my opinion. Kane Moody has had a good season for the Bulls. He's a very good defensive reader of the game. And if there was to be an injury later on, or something was to happen, I fully expect him to go to number 13 later in the game, and for Jesse Creel to maybe come off if the Springboks are looking quite healthy on the scoreboard. But that being said, it's going to be a very close game. I mean, Scotland had a really good performance against Argentina, and seeing this squad right now, it makes me think it's going to be a much closer game than I did anticipate, because not because this is a bad team, but because this team right here definitely hasn't played together a lot, and it's going to be like a first kind of hit out game, just like the Barbarians game a few weeks ago. But these guys have been training together. They definitely know all their roles in their system, a lot of experience there, and a lot of really good youngsters that I'm very excited to see as well. Of course, number 15, Apelele Fossi. I think, honestly, our entire backline probably is good under the high ball. Jesse Creel probably the one guy that maybe is a 50-50 there, but he has played wing before. Moody's good under the high ball. Willems is incredible under the high ball. Edward van der Merwe is good. And Apelele Fossi, arguably one of the best in the world. So our backline there, very solid under the high ball. I think Andre Pollard will and Embrus Papid will be putting up contestable kicks all day. They have a really good boot, both of those guys. I think that is where Embrus Papid has improved so much over the last few years. His consistency, his fundamental basics, his box kicks, and just the way he sees and plays the game is suited for Test rugby now. So I'll say it again, I cannot wait for Embrus Papid. But let me know what you think of that starting lineup down below in the comments. Let me know who you are the most excited to see that didn't play last week. Moving on to the bench, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Ntotoku Mchunu, and Zach Porton on the bench as the backup front row. What a backup front row. I mean, Jan-Hendrik Wessels last week was awesome. He is definitely a key member of the bomb squad now. I fully see him right now until after 2027 playing from that bench role, part of the bomb squad, an integral role there. And then number 17, let's let him go, take him off his chains. Ntotoku Mchunu has been absolutely awesome, but it's time we just let him go now, let him rampage on, because this guy, it can be one of the best props in the world. I played against him in high school when he used to be an 8-man. he is still the same pace, he is still the same size, but he's even better now than he was back then, but he plays prop now. This guy is, honestly, he has the potential to be one of the best players in the world, and he has the potential to be a really good bomb squad member for the bench for the Springboks. I mean, Zachary Porton as well came off from the bench last week, ran over guys from England, and proved he is ready for big boy rugby and that he can bully guys from those big teams like England as well. So I'm really excited about this backup front row. Probably one of the most things I am excited about, which is crazy for me saying, considering I was a backline player back in the day when I played. So seeing this front row really does excite me. So that is a really good front row there. Let me know what you think of that down below as well. I think that has a lot of potential to be a really good front row in the future as well. Of course, still no Gerard Steenkamp, no Oxenchair, no Thomas Dutoy, but still both the front rows there looking really solid. And also, let me know down below, Johan Grobbelaar or Jan-Hendrik Wessels, when the full team is playing, the full strength team, who should be number 16? I'm a bit in two minds about it. I probably would go for Jan-Hendrik Wessels because of his versatility, but Johan Grobbelaar is no slouch either. He's a very good player. Then looking at some of the other guys on the bench, it is a 6-2 split. So Ben Jason Dixon, Vincent Chichuka, and Elrich Lowe. Three massive forwards, three good line-out options as well. Three hard workhorses that do the unseen hard work very well. Those guys are going to come on. You know they're going to put in a big shift, and they will help get clean ball, quick ball for a guy like Ambrose Papid to absolutely thrive. Because when that guy like Ambrose Papid gets some space, when he gets a sniff of space or a sniff of an opportunity, he just like a shark that sees blood in the water or smells blood in the water. He becomes a different breed of a player. He becomes an absolute unit on the field. So I'm really excited for that, and I think Ben Jason Dixon, Vincent Chichuka, and Elrich Lowe are going to add a lot physically, a lot at set piece as well, and it'll be a very good experience to see how those three guys do together coming from the bench as well. If it was me actually making the decisions for the subs, I would like to see the experienced guys go off at the end of the game and have a bit more of an unexperienced team. Yes, I still think the Springboks can win this game. I still think they are the favourites with this team because most of these guys are World Cup winners. Most of these guys are world-class players, but I would like to see a bit more of the inexperienced guys out there together, a bit kind of chucked into the deep end, but within a good system like the Springboks, they can really thrive together. So that's going to be very exciting. Then the two backs on the bench, Grant Williams and Kewan Horn. Grant Williams, we saw him against England, a phenomenal player. Same with Ambrose Papid, if he sniffs an opportunity, he will take it and he will pounce on it and he will score. I mean, this guy is one of the fastest players in the world, and I think right now, the two scrum halves for the Springboks, currently right now, probably are the two fastest scrum halves in the world, which is awesome to see, and it makes me even more excited for this game. Then of course, number 23, Kewan Horn, a solid player, can play 10, can play fullback. I do expect him to probably come on around somewhere at fullback. Maybe Abdullah Fassi moves to the wing. Maybe some other changes happen throughout the game. Not too sure, but I see a lot of potential changes there and a lot of different players that can play versatile, that are very versatile and can play many different positions as well. So I'm really excited about this team. Let me know what you think of this team down below in the comments. A much different team, a much changed team as well. Let me know what you think. Who do you predict will win this game this weekend? Scotland, who just beat Argentina, or a very changed Springbok team? Thank you so much for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.